lesson. So in this lesson, let's discuss first the objective. In this lesson, you will be able to study how to perform aftercare activities for tools, equipment, and paraphernalia. So again, last week, if all of you should already know the different steps in using different types of tools, equipments, and paraphernalia, this week we will learn how to clean them, store, and check regularly for maintaining cleanliness and tidiness. All right. And aside from that, we should learn how to carry out routine maintenance as per standard operating procedure, or what we call SOP. Okay? So aside from that, I have a question. My first question is, what are the cleaning agents and tools that we need to maintain cleanliness for caregiving tools, equipments, and paraphernalia? So when we say cleaning agents, what are the chemicals, or what are the tools or cleaning materials that we need for us to clean the common caregiving tools? Okay, so number one, we have baking soda. Okay, so a baking soda is actually a leavening agent that is used in baked goods like cakes, muffins, and cookies. It is formally known as sodium bicarbonate. It's a white crystalline powder that is naturally alkaline or basic, activated when it is combined with both an acidic ingredient and a liquid. So this is always, or this is a very common cleaning agent. Okay, we have baking soda. So another one, we have lemon and lime. Okay, so they are just ones of the most popular acid citrus fruits that are really good in removing rust and removing dirt. Okay, so aside from that, we have alcohol, the one that we always use nowadays. Okay, it is also the most common used cleaning agents as disinfectant. So we often use this nowadays as well whenever we touch something that we feel like dirty. So we use alcohol. Okay, so aside from that, we have protective case. So not just for cleaning agents, okay, but we also have tools to maintain cleanliness, and one of the tools is actually protective case. Okay, it is a common storage unit for stethoscope and thermometer. So as what you can see on my screen, okay, so we have two different types of protective case. These ones are bigger, and then this one is for a smaller tool. Okay, so as what you can see on the left side, okay, let me just get my laser pointer. So what you can see here, okay, that is the container of a thermometer. It looks transparent. So that is the protected case of a digital thermometer. Okay, and then this one is for laser thermometer. Okay, or what we call infrared thermometer. And then for this one, this is actually what we call a protective case for stethoscope. All right. So next, we only have five actually, a really common ones. We have soapy water. Okay, it is used to clean and disinfect surfaces, objects, and body fluid spills. Okay, so now that we already know the different types of cleaning tools and cleaning agents, chemical cleaning agents, so let's proceed on how to clean tools, equipments, and paraphernalia. So in cleaning, caring for, and storing tools, equipment, and paraphernalia, okay, all caregivers shall undertake or learn how to clean the tools. Okay, it is not easy to do this, but with concern for the people and environment where one works for, doing them seem to be motivating. Okay, so when you clean something as well as when you clean the environment, you are also helping the people around you. Okay, and as a future caregiver, you should be aware that this job entails dependability on your part. Okay, it is part of your duty to ensure that all tools, equipments, and paraphernalia are cleaned and stored properly. In addition, it is your task to observe a maintenance schedule for these, okay? So you should know how to also schedule, or you should also remember when are you going to clean the tools, okay? So this involves doing the preservation yourself by using the equipment as it should be, okay? So you should also learn or read the manual or the instructions on how to use the tools so that you're not going to get hurt. You are actually, you actually have to maintain yourself by not getting cut or by not having any accident while using the equipments, okay? So just read the manual or the instructions that comes along with the tools. All right? So aside from that, caring for tools, equipments, and paraphernalia also deals with the attention to details. Okay, so as a caregiver, you should pay attention to the details, which is actually the uh, main reason for us to prevent future problems from happening. And it is a must. The tools, equipments, and paraphernalia are properly cleaned and stored after usage. So in addition, a maintenance schedule should be in place to make sure that they will be operated efficiently or they will operate efficiently. All right. So let's proceed to our first tool or equipment rather. So how to clean a blender. Okay, so let's proceed. So for first step of cleaning the blender, okay, so we should clean the funnel and blender lid with liquid soap and water. So rinse well with water and use a clean towel to dry them. So before you also um, follow the first step, make sure that you already unplug the blender. Okay, so for number two, put about three-fourth cup of hot water into the blender jar and squirt a small amount of dish soap or dishwashing liquid. That is 1/2 teaspoon, or you can put as much as you want if you think that you have to clean your blender properly, or if you have to clean your blender with a lot of oil. Okay, so as well as you might want to add a tablespoon of baking soda to the water. And actually, baking soda is really good in removing odor and stains. Okay, so next step, turn on the blender and let it run at high speed for about 20 seconds. Doing this works well to get the blender clean. So after you pour everything onto the blender into the pitcher of the blender, okay, make sure that you click the option of high speed and make it run for 20 seconds. Again, what do we mean here is right after you put the water and the dishwashing liquid. Okay? So before you also make this step 3, you have to plug in back the blender. Okay? And then for step 4, if there are sticky and dried messes in your blender, repeat the second and third step for a few times until you think that the mess is already dissolved, okay? Or until it is already properly cleaned. So for step 5, you need to rinse well the jar with hot water and towel dry carefully. Or you may turn it upside down on a clean, dry towel or dish strainer to air dry. Alright? So for step 6, if your blade assembly is removable, remove it and rinse it with hot water. Wipe it dry with a clean towel. Okay, so you will also need a towel. Aside from that, make sure that it is completely dry, and of course, you must be very careful when doing this so that you will not cut yourself while drying the blade. So again, if you think that you have to touch or clean the blade, make sure that you already unplug the blender from the electric socket. Okay? And then for number 7, remove the dirt of a steel-based blender with glass cleaner or a mixture of half vinegar and a half cup of water. So rather, half cup of vinegar as well as the half cup of water. So place it in the spray bottle. Okay, so again, the mixture of half cup of vinegar and half cup of water must be put inside a spray bottle. So aside from that, you must spray it on and wipe with a soft cloth. Okay. So for next step, if your blender base is plastic, so there are different types of blenders as well. So we have the glass one and then we have a plastic. So if your blender base is plastic, you can use a damp soapy rag or an all-purpose kitchen spray cleaner or a mixture of baking soda and water. Right? And then for number 9, it is acceptable to use a damp rag to wipe the electric cord as well. Okay? So not just the blender itself, because there are times that the ingredients could splatter around and the electric cord could get dirty as well. So you might also want to clean the electric cord, but make sure that you unplug the base first. Okay? So in addition, be sure not to get the electric plug wet. Okay? And for number 10, it is important that you wipe the countertop where the blender is placed. Okay? So aside from the equipment itself, make sure that the surroundings is also clean.